Hello and welcome. And today I'm going to be interviewing Orthodox Jewish comedian Shloime Field. Shloime, for those who don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, first of all, nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Like you said, I'm Orthodox, Jewish. I'm not much of a comedian. I just make funny videos online. I don't do stand-up or anything. Grew up in America, still live in America. And yeah, that basically sums it up.
Okay, so what first got you into making like these funny videos? And when did you realize that you wanted to pursue it more seriously?
So originally, I didn't start with making funny skits, and now I already do like funny skits about Jewish stereotypes, Jews loving pennies and Epstein and all that stuff. Originally, it started with more of a serious type of videos where I would give like inspiration to people and stuff like that, and didn't really go anywhere. And I switched to making more comedic, funny skits, not about Jewish stereotypes, but about the Jewish community and random things that we do. And then in one of my videos, somebody commented that I'm good with ovens because obviously because of the Holocaust. So I made a reply saying that very funny. If you don't watch what you say, I'm gonna lower your credit score, which was the first time I played into the stereotypes of us controlling the banks and anything like that. And that video took off. It got 1 million views. So from there, I just rolled with it. I kept going. I kept playing the Jewish stereotypes. I just went with that.
Okay, so a lot of your humor is quite, well, let's use the term edgy, for example. How do you know the line between, just provocative humor in general and then offending people?
The truth is, people are going to get offended no matter what with anything. It can never make everybody happy. Somebody's always going to be offended whether you're giving. I have a very close friend that does very inspirational content, and people don't like him. They tell him they this and they tell him that. They're not necessarily offended per se, but they're not a fan and they don't think you should be doing it. So you can't make everybody happy. So whether my content actually does maybe offend certain people, the people that fail to see humor. I can't make everybody happy, what should I say?
Yeah. So you kind of play into the stereotype. So how do your own Jewish community see that? How do they find your videos?
So a lot of them find the humor in it. A lot of them enjoy it. They appreciate it. They laugh. Then there's some that don't find the humor in it and they think that it's um, not a very nice thing to do, which I can see where they're coming from, but I don't agree with that. I think that everything in the world can be made into humor and can be laughed about. So the people that get offended get offended. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can tell them, but I can't cater to everybody's needs.
Yeah. So is there a specific video you have that you've gotten, let's say, the most backlash for?
No, no, it's the videos in general. Either people like it or they don't like it. I've never gotten backlash about a specific video. Actually, there was one video where I did a promotion for a restaurant, a kosher restaurant in America, and I did it in a way that I always do my videos, playing into the Jewish stereotypes. And the video was I put pennies on the floor, and the caption was how to get a Jew to come to your restaurant. And then the scene would cut into me picking up the pennies and going into the restaurant. And a lot of people got offended because this restaurant was a very well known restaurant. So a lot of people said that you're not allowed to, you can't promote things doing while playing into Jewish stereotypes already far enough that you're already playing into it. And now you're already making promotions for things on it. So that video specifically, yes, actually, I did get more backlash on that video than a regular video, but it was from the same people that already gave me backlash, the same people that already didn't like my content.
Okay, so how do you find ideas for your videos? Because you're making quite a lot.
So the truth is, it comes to me from day to day things. A lot of times, I joke even in real life, not just on social media. I joke in real life about the Jewish stereotypes, and a lot of times there would be a situation or a scenario where that I'm in. Somebody said something or something happened, and I would make a joke out of it, and then I'm like, "Oh, that should be a video," and I would take the real life um, experience, I would say, and make it into a video. Or I would be scrolling and I would see a video where it's just a funny video, somebody saying something about the Jews and how we control the weather. It's something stupid. And I would be like, yeah, why not? We control the weather. I download the video and I just make a stitch of me agreeing with the person or saying something funny on it. It's not that I'm like sitting down in an office writing up my ideas, whatever. It just comes to me. It happens to be recently. I haven't posted a lot lately because I just haven't had the time to be scrolling and to find videos and to I haven't thought of anything that I could post, so I just didn't post. But it naturally just comes.
Okay. So a lot of your videos, obviously, when you're making videos about topics like this, you will cross political topics. Are any of your videos meant to make a political point, or is it just pure satire?
Um, my videos happen to be pure satire. Could be I have stuck in political viewpoints in there. I don't remember. You have videos specifically you're talking about?
No, just in general, a lot of them might come across topics that, if someone sees them, well, they might just think that, this is satire, but there is also a political element in it.
So politically, anyone that watches my videos and understands the satire and the humor in it will know that I am pro-Israel. Of course, being that I'm a Jew, I am pro-Israel. But the whole idea of my videos is just to make fun of the Jewish stereotypes and the stereotypes on Israel and how we control the world and the weather and Epstein and all this stuff. Um, so I guess in the sense of me making these videos, I am making a statement that I am pro-Israel. But I don't think I ever said it outright. I never meant to make. I have this ideology. What's the word? Ideology, where everyone should stay in their own lane. If you're a comedian, don't go into politics. If you're a politician, don't do this. A basketball player, why should a basketball player now go and stand and say something about voting for Trump? You're a basketball player. Stick to basketball. So I wouldn't go and make a political statement, but I guess with my videos it comes that I am making a statement that I am pro-Israel, but I would never go out and say something specifically like LGBTQ is wrong and you should vote for Trump and all that, even though I do believe it, but I wouldn't go and make that statement because I do this and this is my niche, this is what I do, and I stick to it.
Okay. So you currently have accumulated around, oh well, over 50,000 followers on Instagram, and it seems to be growing quite quickly. So has most of the growth been in this year, or has it been last year? When did you gain the most amount of followers?
So all the growth actually has been this year. I started doing the playing into Jewish stereotypes about, I would say, maybe 9 or 10 months ago was when I started. Yeah, about. So it hasn't even been a year yet. So it's all been within the year.
Yeah. And obviously, this is your entire brand. How do you see yourself being able to monetize your brand?
That's a very good question. Everybody asks me this question. How am I going to monetize? All my close friends and my family and everybody, how am I going to monetize? Truth is, I have no clue. I never really thought about it. I did open up like a merch store, or whatever. This is just for fun and just to like sell funny, cute things, not really to monetize it. But the truth is, I never really thought about how I'm going to monetize it. Um, I do know I should, and I will want to in the future. I just don't know if I'm ready to monetize. I'm not sure if I have a big enough platform either to monetize yet.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or you could, for example, move more into YouTube, and then it's easy just to monetize in general.
But YouTube, I would need to make more long form content as where I'm doing now, just 15-second skits and whatever. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I should move into YouTube.
Okay. Do you think you being Jewish actually kind of allows you to make fun of just the stuff you're making fun of in general. Whereas if someone, let's say a Christian or someone who isn't Jewish, did it, they'll be met with quite heavy backlash. Do you think you get a certain level of protection?
Yes, but it shouldn't be that way. I do think that being that I am Jewish, I could say and I could make certain jokes that anybody else can't make. Like, for example, a black guy could say certain things that nobody else could say, and they would get black backlash on saying that. But I do think that anybody should be able to make jokes. I'm saying jokes are it's humor. It's funny. It's meant to make people laugh. What's the problem with joking around? I don't think that just because I am Jewish, I should now get a quote unquote free pass to make a joke. I think that anybody should be able to make a joke as long as it's a joke. If it's a joke, what's wrong with the joke? So yes, I do think that because I am Jewish, people look away more and people don't get offended or they don't give me as much backlash. But I do think that anyone should be able to make a joke. There's no problem with jokes.
Yeah. Personally, what do you think is the most funny video you have ever made?
I have a video where I walked into a wine store and I gave the salesman a wine bottle and I asked him how much is it, and he told me it's free. So I asked him back, "You have anything cheaper?" I personally think that's the funniest video I ever made. I think there's actually more. I think there's more to it than just stupid picking up pennies and this and that. I think it's more like there's more. I don't want to say geniosity, but there's something to it more than just the stupid skit. That was my favorite video.
Okay, so a lot of people say that recently anti-Semitism has increased more. I don't know if this is true or not because I don't know anyone who's Jewish. But is this true in your experience? And if so, have you been on the receiving end of any?
Do I think that those are very two separate questions. If I think that it increased more and if I've been on the receiving end, correct?
Yeah.
So I do think that it has increased more over the last 5 years. I do think that it definitely has increased more globally. Have I experienced it? So not so much, being that I live in a very Jewish, Orthodox, secluded community. So there's not really so much room for for anti-Semitism. There's not so much room for the outside world to come in, and not because we don't allow them in, but because this is our community and they don't have an interest to come in anyway because there's nothing here for them. So there's not really. I haven't really been in places where I would experience it. I have been in different places when I travel. I went to LA. I have definitely experienced some encounters, but I'm not there long enough to say that it has increased or decreased. But I do think from looking online and from seeing the news and everything that it definitely has increased over the years globally.
Okay. Do you think that there are any jokes that people shouldn't be allowed to make at all that are totally off limits?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think a joke is a joke, and people should be able to laugh. People should be able to make humor. When people go through an experience in life, after that 3, 4, 5 years after that experience, they look back and they laugh about it. They make a joke out of it, right? That's wrong. That's not wrong. You're taking an experience that you went through and you're making a joke out of it because now you're able to look back and you're able to laugh about it. Same thing with with Jews, with blacks, with any race, anywhere. I think that people should be able to look back and be able to laugh about it. Yes, you have to know that there was a certain when you look back at the Holocaust, it's a very sad story. It's very sad what happened, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to make a joke out of it. You shouldn't be able to laugh. You shouldn't be able to. I don't see why people shouldn't be able to make a joke. To look back and say that it didn't happen, or to look back and say that the whole thing was just a joke, that's wrong. Because you have to understand that it was a very sad thing that happened. But with that being said, I think that we should be able to make a joke.
Oh, so
We
you
should be
think
able to laugh.
someone should be able to make a joke about that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. As long as they know that what happened was very sad, what happened wasn't right, and that it should never happen again, obviously. But yeah, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to make a joke.
Okay. How many people on average get really, really offended by your videos?
Offended, I would say it's hard to say. I wouldn't say that many people get offended as much as many people just hate. There's a lot of people on the internet that just hate for the sake of hating. And I have that all the time. I have that in DMs, I have that in comments, I have that everywhere. But actually get offended, I have few people that reach out to me saying that they actually get offended, but it's not as much as people just hating. I have hate every day, all day. Offended is not as common.
What kind of stuff do people send you in terms of the hate? How do you deal with it?
The way I deal with it, I just ignore it. I don't care for hate. Hate actually, I think that hate keeps. I think in general, not just to me, hate keeps a person going. When somebody has somebody that can challenge him, then he wants to. Naturally, the person will want to prove the person wrong and keep going. So I think hate in general just keeps me going, and the reason that I just haven't stopped doing it because of the hate. I love the hate. I love the comments. I love the DMs. I read every single DM. And a lot of the DMs are, I hope you die, and things like that. But it's fine because I know that the anti Semites, anyway, they want us all, they want the Jews all to die. So for them to tell me specifically, I want you to die, doesn't make a big a difference to me. Um, but the way I deal with hate is I just ignore it. Sometimes if somebody says something and I have a really good line to say back, I'll reply. But for the
Okay.
most part, I just ignore it.
I recently saw someone on one of your videos. I'm not going to exactly quote it because I've forgotten and I don't even know I can't even remember the exact video. But there was someone who commented something like, "Oh, he's a funny one. We'll spare him when our time comes." Do you think, um, a lot of people who dislike people of your kind, kind of think that you're one of the good ones because you make fun of your own?
Yes, I do see that a lot, and I actually think it's hilarious that they say that because I make funny videos, therefore now I'm a good Jew. So now I'm a good Jew. Great. So all the other Jews are bad Jews, and I'm a good Jew because I know how to make a joke. The truth is, everybody in my community, every almost every single Jew makes these types of jokes, just not online.
Yeah.
But everybody makes jokes. But yeah, I see similar comments like oh this is a good one, let's spare him, or okay, we finally found a good Jew, or a Jew that sees the truth, or the only Jew that I like. I think it's hilarious.
Do you ever worry that these videos will affect your chance to get a job in the future?
I don't. I don't think so.
Is getting a job even on the cards for you?
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
the truth. No. I don't like working for other people. I have now, thank God, I run my own business, but even if I was to get a job in the future, I don't think that it would affect much.
but you don't think employers would see this and just be like, "Oh, he's a liability," because obviously they check people's histories in general.
Yeah, so let's say yes. Let's say it does affect it. So an employer that doesn't like who I am or the videos that I make, so I wouldn't want to work for him anyway.
True. Well, imagine your channel. Imagine something happened so that you lost all your followers, you became irrelevant, and your channel went, and your business fell, and you had to get a job, and you were basically kind of unhireable. Let's say because of just the nature of the humor that you were making.
So that okay. So I hear with every risk, every risk comes with something. So if that's the outcome of the risk that I'm taking now, then I'll gladly accept it.
Okay. Oh, so were you raised Jewish? Or did you convert?
I was raised Orthodox.
Okay, and in general, how does that affect your like attitude to life?
Um, my attitude towards life, as opposed to a non-Jew's attitude towards life.
I mean, like, I suppose you're quite religious. Does that
Yeah,
affect your work ethic or anything?
definitely. I don't work on Saturdays, obviously. Um, and in the sense of there's a Jewish law that any money that we make, we have to give 10% to charity. So 10% of all my money goes to charity, and in that sense, there's a lot of laws regarding living a Orthodox Jewish life. But your question is more to how does it affect my day to day outward what's the word how does it affect my outlook on life? It doesn't. I'm not sure because I've never lived as a non-Jew, so I can't really say if it's any different. But I look at the world as a place where I'm just a little small part of the world, and I'm here to do my part, and I'm here to do what I have to do. I'm not here to change the world or anything, and I'm here to work on myself and become a better person.
If I wanted to become a rabbi, what would the process be?
You specifically?
Yeah, just
Well, you're not Jewish, are you?
yeah. So do you have to be born Jewish?
You don't have to be born Jewish, no, but to convert, the process to converting is it's a very long and hard process. The exact process, I'm not even sure. I've never done it, and I've never coached somebody in how to do it. But obviously, there would have to be a bris. A bris is, you know what a bris is?
No.
Bris is when a Jewish baby, is 8 days old. They give him a bris. This is where the anti-Semitic saying of "mitzitza b'peh" comes in. That happens by a bris, is where they take off the foreskin from the body part.
Do they bite it?
They cut it off and then they would suck the blood.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So obviously that would have to happen, and to actually converting the whole process, it's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. As growing up religious, growing up Orthodox, you learn it just by growing up because you're born into it. You're living it every day. When you're not living it every day, it's a lot to learn from coming from the outside.
Okay. So have you been recognized in public before for your videos?
Many, many, many times. Yeah, sure. All the
And
time, everywhere.
yeah. And is it always friendly or can it be like,
There was a couple encounters where people said that I'm not doing the right thing and I should stop what I'm doing and whatever, but I ignore those. I just keep living my day. I'm like, thank you for your opinion. Appreciate it. But for the most part, it's all friendly for the most part. So I love your videos. I love your humor. For the most part, it's nice, it's friendly. I enjoy it.
okay. Have you ever considered branching out into other things other than videos, for example, almost like building out your personal brand in a sense?
What do you mean by personal brand?
Well, in the sense that currently you're on, let's say Instagram and TikTok, but let's say like doing more sponsorships, um, and then really going hard at videos and trying to optimize for growth, just becoming as big as possible.
I haven't really given it much thought, but for sponsorships and brand deals and all, I think I haven't. I've had a few people reach out, and I don't think that it's the right time to take it for growth. If I was to grow to let's say 1 million followers, I think that any brand deal or sponsorship would bring down my views. So to take it now and stay at 160,000 followers, I don't think is a smart move. I think I would first grow my page till let's say 1 million followers and then take a brand deal and a sponsorship. But as of now, to building a personal brand, I'm not sure exactly um is not my sort of type of thing to do. I'm more just making humorous skits and putting it out and letting people have a laugh. And I don't really post on story much. I don't post about my life. I don't post about what I do during the day. I just post so that people can have a laugh, and that's it. Just try to, bring good humor into the world.
Are you a rabbi?
I'm not.
Are you trying to be a rabbi?
Not necessarily. I learn every day, and I try to be a better person every day. But a rabbi is more. It's a very big responsibility. A rabbi, you have to be able to. You have the responsibility of others on you, and I don't think that it's for me.
Do you have more Muslim friends or more Christian friends?
Um, I actually have more Mexican friends than either.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
interesting.
Out of Muslims and Christians, which one do you think you can relate to more?
That's a very good question. I don't think that either I can just relate to Muslims or relate to Christians more. I think it depends on the person and their personality, their past experiences. It depends on more of the person than the religion. I don't
Okay.
look at a person as his religion. I look at a person for who they are.
So, there's a lot of Jewish people believe, or a lot of people say that, Jewish people are like the chosen people. Do you believe this?
Chosen people meaning what?
Almost like you're chosen by God.
Well, God did give us the Torah, did he not?
Yeah.
God chose us to give the Torah to and to keep the word of the Torah, which is essentially God's word. So, in that sense, we are the chosen people.
So, like, in terms of a hierarchy, would you be like on the top, and then what would
There's no
the
hierarchy. There's no hierarchy. I don't deem myself above you. I don't deem myself above any non-Jew. Um, just because God gave us the Torah and He chose us to live and to keep His commandments and to keep His word, I don't think there's a hierarchy in a personal sense.
I don't know what sort of a comedian you are, but I have some really awful jokes that I've prepared, and I want you to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay,
Would you like to do that?
go for it.
Number one, why can't your nose be 12 inches long?
Why?
Because then it would be a foot.
Okay, that's I'll put it as a two.
Okay,
It sounds like a joke that would come off of a Taffy rapper.
okay. What about this one? Why did Grandpa hate ladders?
Why?
Because they always let him down.
It's better. It's definitely better. It's let's say three or four.
As I said, they're quite bad. Okay, I don't know what you'll think of this one. Why did the man cut up his son and throw him into boiling oil?
Why?
Because it was his sunion. Onion, sun, yeah.
Okay, better. You're definitely going up the ropes.
Have you ever considered going into stand-up comedy? And do you think you almost have this? Do you have the skill for that?
I don't think I have the skill for that. I have considered it. A lot of people have pushed me into doing it. A lot of people have tried pushing me to do it. I have thought about it many, many times. I don't think, though, that it is for me. I don't think I have the skill to be on stage and to think of things right off the bat and to engage with the audience and to make jokes right away like that. I don't think I have that skill.
It's very different from making funny videos online because with that you can prep, you can always re-record, you can have a script. Whereas with stand-up comedy, there's nothing. It's just you and your audience. There's nothing between you, and
Exactly.
you have to just make it up all on the spot.
Exactly. I don't think that I have that skill. Also, a difference between stand up and skits is that even if, for example, like by me, my skits come to me right away. I hear something, I think something, there's a certain situation, I'll come up with a skit right away, but it's not 24/7. It's every here and there, maybe twice a day, maybe three times a day. I don't come up with it 24/7 when I'm on stage for an hour and I'm doing stand up. I have to be able to come up with jokes the entire hour on the spot. So I don't think that I have that skill. I'm not that funny.
Do you ever get just fatigue from the constant grind of churning out videos?
What's fatigue?
Fatigue means when you're tired.
Like, do I get burnt out? No, not really. Not really, because I'm not making videos so often. I make one a day, maybe two a day, and it takes about 10 seconds.
What would you do if you got banned?
If I got banned, I just create a second account and start again, or I just not start again at all. I'm not even sure.
I
I'm
mean,
not even sure.
do you think there is a risk you could get banned?
There is definitely, yeah, for sure. I had some videos that got banned. I got them back, but there's definitely, I got banned on TikTok a few times, and I just created another account. If I got banned, I'd probably just create another account and start again.
What's the worst thing a viewer or a watcher of yours has ever said to you?
The worst thing somebody said to me. I think the worst thing that anybody could say is that I wish for all Jews to die. Personal hate, I don't care about. You can hate me as much as you want. I don't really care. There's a lot of people that don't like me, and I don't really care for the people that don't like me. But when it's a global, not global, when it's about the whole every single Jew, I want every single Jew to die, then it's already like it gets to me a little bit because you want to wipe out an entire race.
Mm. Okay, well, that's the end of the video interview. And thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.